An 18-year-old from Sutton Coldfield is aiming to down a pint at a pub in all 650 constituencies across the UK. Jay Chan, who worked as an assistant to the former Conservative MP for Dudley North, Marco Longhi, is taking on the challenge to urge the new government to help struggling pubs. It comes as new research this week found that 50 pubs in England shut every month in the first half of this year. 50 pubs every month. Pleased to say Jay joins us to discuss how he's doing and a little bit more about why he's doing this. Jay, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. It's not really... I haven't wake up this early in the morning since I left school.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Jay, it's quite a morning for you, isn't it? Well, listen,
indeed.
Before we talk about what you're doing, just how are things your end as you fling the curtains back? Everything okay with you as far as last night's rain?
Oh, yes, everything is fine, and I'm very glad that all communities come to each other. It's all good on my end.
Good. That's good to hear.
My best wishes to those affected.
That's good to hear. Well, Jay, right, 650 pints. I mean, that's
Indeed.
that's some challenge. How did you come up with this?
Well, it started with my experience with Marco, which when the Cricket House pub got burnt down, and I was in its office. Obviously, it was a massive event for Black Country, including Dudley North in his constituencies, and I did some research over pub policies, and I'm very sure so many people did research about this and concluded that there are several flaws within our planning laws and our pub laws in general. Tax system, for example, pubs are being charged 20% VAT for food and drink they sold. They're not exempt for food and drink, unlike supermarkets, which put them in the worst position. For heritage pubs like the Cricket House, they also lack protection between the time it's pending to be listed to the time it's actually listed. So the demolition of Cricket House is actually legally justifiable. So there are several issues over the pubs. Those are two of them. And by doing that, I start to notice pubs do need our support. There are serious flaws about pub policies, and we need to support pubs because they're so important to our country and communities.
What about the 650 pints then? I mean, it's going to say it's no hardship. It's a lot to drink, but it's a great way to do it, I'd imagine.
Oh yes, I want to put every community onto the map because it's not just West Midlands.
Yes.
Of course, West Midlands have beautiful, wonderful pubs, but it's not just West Midlands where pubs are important. It's the whole of the UK. And this entire country is built by communities, and pubs act as a very important centre for communities, for people to come together, support each other.
What about reaction? Excuse me. We'll get on to sort of where you've been already and where you are going. But the ones that you've done already, what has the reaction been so far, Jay, to you doing this to raise awareness?
Well, on the early stage, no one recognised me, so they just treat me as a customer. But later on, some of them, including a staff from the Tamils Tap award-winning pub, which I'll say you definitely should go, had welcomed me, and I do get recognised by some local councillors in the pub from different parties, and it's quite a cool experience. Go to pubs and knowing people recognise you.
And how far along have you? How many have you done so far?
16. I'm doing 4 more tomorrow.
Okay, where are you tomorrow?
Coventry, the Free constituency in Coventry, and Kenilworth. The pub called Engine Inn, which have a very lovely history. It's quite long, so to save you your time, I won't say it. Do your own research.
Google it. Well, as far as when you sort of walk in, are people expecting you, Jay? Do you forewarn the pubs that you're coming in and why you're doing it? Or do you just turn up and tell them? Or are you just surreptitious and have a pint and leave? How does it work when you get there?
Oh, well, it depends. I don't normally put out a plan for for what pubs I'm going to tomorrow.
On social media?
Or I'll do later today. Yeah, also on my Twitter and Instagram. Sometimes the pub would expect me. Sometimes they don't, depending on how many people use social media. But they treat me very friendly. Most pub owners are really friendly. Most pub staffs are very approachable. And when I explain to them the cause of this, activism, for the better for the pubs and the entire industry, they are very welcoming and would like to do me a favour by filming the downing of it.
Okay. And I'm going to ask you a final question about going forward with the awareness that you're trying to raise. What you'd like the government to do to help struggling pubs in the future then, going forward?
Well, my party is out Downing Street, but nothing is stopping me from downing pints. So I have raised the 5-pint policy. Number one, the fair tax system for pubs. Scrap 20% VAT charge on food and drink sold in pubs, and give pubs a 30% reduction on alcohol duties they have to pay. Number two will be keeping our heritage pubs safe, introduce interim protection for pending buildings to be listed as ACVs in England, and strengthening community right to bid. Number three, stop pub killing policies. Obviously, opposing policies that are already causes already struggling pub industry more strains, such as smoking ban, higher taxes on alcohol, and nightlife curfew. Number four will be list our local pubs, encourage local authorities to provide communities with the resources and support they need to list the local heritage pubs. And number five is a general principle for politicians of all parties to listen to the local pubs and the pub industry more generally and learn about their concerns and know about the importance and history of pubs in the UK.
Well, we wish you luck, Jay. It's a great thing you're doing.
Thank you.
Good luck on your next 4. Raise a toast to us all at BBC Radio W, and we're behind you.
Thank you very much.
All right, Jay. And thanks for getting up early. It's much appreciated. It's quite good this time of the day, once you